Hey everybody, welcome back to Corpse Factory, where we're playing as Aoi, who just got an Aoi. She got bonked over the head with what I presume is like a flower pot or something. But more importantly, it turns out that she was causing a lot of the killings that Noriko thought she was doing. And she's trying to ruin Noriko and eventually kill her because of jealousy, I guess. And, you know, we got revealed into some of her inner demons. And I'm intrigued to see where this all goes, so without further ado, let's get back into it. I can hardly see without my glasses. Everything is blurry, foggy, lacking a solid outline. Colours bleed into other colours. Blue blends into purple, and yellow melds into brown. It doesn't help that I'm partially colourblind. Never had much luck telling red and green apart anyway. That's important intel. Without my glasses, I'm practically blind. Helpless.
You're finally awake. Fucking skank.
She spits at me, and the filthy saliva drips down the side of my face. It's warm. I tried to lash out at her, only to find my arms being bound to my side. I tried to scream out, but my mouth is gagged with what I can only assume is a sock. I tried to lunge forward, but I'm strapped tightly to a wooden chair I'm sitting in.
I can't believe this. This is so strange. I just...
Shut up, Shinya. Jeez.
Sorry.
The blurred forms of Tomoe and Shinya are pacing the room. Even without my full vision, I can tell that the room is bright. Sunlight is pouring in from out the open window. Just how much time has passed since I was knocked unconscious? And why have they tied me up here? I scream into the mouth gag, somehow loud enough to capture their attention. Tomoe strides towards me and pulls a damp sock from my mouth.
What? What do you want?
I mumble something about being unable to see. Tomoe swears, stumbles around for a bit, then forcefully pushes my glasses onto my face.
What are you going to do to me?
I called the police, obviously.
I don't know. That's up to this genius.
Her arm gestures towards Shinya, a pointed finger loaded with accusation.
Me? Look, I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I just saw you were in trouble, so...
Why are you here anyway? We're done. Over.
I wanted to see you.
Ah!
I'm not in the mood for their lovers' quarrel.
Let me go. Or bury me.
Ideally kill you first, I imagine. Like, it's probably one of the worst ways to go, to being buried alive, Aoi.
Either way, don't keep me here.
You nearly killed me, bitch! It's taken all my strength not to murder you right here!
Go ahead. Try it. You can't kill the dead.
You're a freak.
Let me call my father. I'm sure he can take her in for questioning. He can find out her motives for attacking you.
I already know why she attacked me. She's trying to take down everyone associated with
Tomoe cuts herself short.
Never mind that.
I wonder, is Shinya not privy to Tomoe's relationship with Corpse Girl? Intriguing. As Tomoe's former boyfriend, I simply assumed he was part of the operation. I thought he was an accomplice. If he doesn't know anything, then I don't need to kill him. One less person to deal with before I go after Noriko. However, I need to focus on getting out of here first.
If you let me go, I'll never bother you again.
Doubt. A lie.
Why should I believe you? You followed me to my frickin' home!
I'm sorry.
Lie.
Then I'll exchange information for my release. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Lie, lie, lie.
Like I care! I'm done with all the shit between Noriko and you!
Noriko? Has she got something to do with this?
Shut up, Shinya!
I feel sorry for Shinya now. Like, my power levels of the people in this game have, like, shifted so much, like, during the course of this. Honestly, Shinya is slowly creeping towards the top, and you would say creep. It's more like everyone else is plummeting down the list. Shinya. Perhaps he's my ticket out of here. I turn my head to him and wait until he looks directly at me.
Shinya, I'm so thirsty. Can I have some water?
He pauses, but since Tomoe doesn't interfere, he ducks out of sight. He returns within seconds, holding a half-filled cup out to me. Or is it half empty, honestly? I'm surprised you would say half-filled.
Here.
I bob forward, as best as I can against my restraints, and take a sip of the lukewarm tap water.
Thank you.
It's worth noting how easy he is to manipulate. He's the complete opposite of my Junpei, who is strong and independent, and doesn't let anyone mess with him.
So, about my offer. Will you let me go if I share information about the human removal service?
Shinya's face turns pale.
The human removal service? That's...
I really couldn't care less about all of that. I told you, I'm done with everything.
I see.
Tomoe. She might have information that can assist with my investigation. We have to accept her offer.
Oh, please. You're no cop as much as you fancy pretending to be one.
I already told you that Father accepted me as part of the investigation team.
You're a hack, a wannabe.
Why can't you just be happy for me?
What went on in this month, by the way? Like, I hope we get the backstory into what happened.
Shut up. Shut up, shut up!
Tomoe storms off, the sheer force of her anger causing the walls to tremble. Shinya and I are alone in the room. I don't waste another second.
Shinya, I don't know everything that's going on, but it sounds like you're trying to solve the murder cases, right?
That's right. I'm really helping the investigation team, you know?
That's good. Very good. Please, I have information that might help you.
Don't fall for it, Shinya. Please.
Will you let me go if I share it with you?
Why would you not just bring her in for questioning? Why do you think that she has the major trump card? Bring her in first. Let your dad deal with it. He'll be so happy with you. You'll be promoted to Assistant Junior Prodigy Detective. 5,000. Also, hello, Bessie. I see you're down there. His nervous eyes dart around, searching for any sign of Tomoe's presence. And then he looks me dead in the eyes and says the very last thing I ever expected to hear.
I'll let you go if you help me kill Noriko Kurosawa.
Why?
This is your apartment?
Yes.
Please forgive me for intruding.
Shinya bows politely and removes his shoes. He places them carefully in front of the doorstep and takes a stride forward. He takes a good look around before turning to me.
You have a nice place.
Oh, please. I wish you would cut the formalities. We're here to discuss the serious business. He's acting like we're new co-workers or something. I walk over to the door and make sure it's fully closed. I slide the deadbolt into place.
The door is locked.
I whisper this under my breath so Shinya can't hear me.
The door is locked.
Repeating phrases like this has become a sort of mantra. It helps me concentrate. When I'm about 90% sure the door is actually locked, I wander back to Shinya. It takes all of my willpower to refrain from turning back and checking once more. Thankfully, Shinya distracts me from my inner turmoil.
Is everything you told me true? I want to make sure I have all the facts straight.
Yes, it's true. All of it.
As Aoi told her that like Noriko works for the human removal service or something. Truth intermingled with lies is still the truth, right? I looked out when Tomoe left the two of us alone in her apartment. If I'd had to explain things to her, I would have had to give her inside information on the human removal service's operations. Anything less could have clashed with her existing knowledge and caused her to doubt me. But Since I only had to explain things to Shinya, I had already determined that Shinya wasn't in the loop, so I concocted a convincing lie in order to secure his cooperation. And he bought it.
Just want to get my head around it. Noriko Kurosawa is Corpse Girl. She's the one that was behind the initial string of murders across the city. She delivered photos and corpses to her victims in order to convince them that they would die soon. And that had the effect of causing people to kill themselves. Almost a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Of course, all of this part is true. Kind of. Shinya doesn't need to know that I acted behind the scenes and brought the victims low by my own hand. By the way, I'm intrigued by this. Assuming that she's telling the truth and now he has, killed most of these people, I wonder if she killed the first person that, hung themselves like a scarecrow. Or if there is some sort of, I'm still on the premise that there's a supernatural force behind all of this. Possibly on both ends. I'm not sure about that, though. Those acts of violence almost seem like a distant memory now. I was so committed to aiding Noriko that I couldn't think of anything else. In the end, my assistance didn't help my own situation. I only propelled Noriko's ego into the stars and continued to suffer my cursed half-existence.
But it wasn't long before another group started killing people in much the same way as Noriko did. A group called the Human Removal Service. They've killed hundreds, if not thousands of people in the past months.
Again, all true. So far.
And you were enslaved by Noriko? Forced against your will to infiltrate the Human Removal Service and bring them down from the inside?
That's right.
Heh. He's a fucking idiot.
That explains why you want to kill Noriko. You want to be free from her. Even if it isn't exactly the legal thing to do.
Legal? What kind of pedestal is this guy standing on? He specifically requested assistance to do the exact same thing. He wants Noriko dead, just like I do.
But if I remember correctly, you only managed to learn one important thing about the Human Removal Service, right?
Yes.
The group is made up of dozens of members. Dozens of people that all masquerade as the leader known as the Herald.
False.
There's no single person responsible for the murders. It's the joint effort of a large group, all striking across the city simultaneously.
This doesn't make sense though, Shinya, at all. Because, if it was a group of people, someone's going to make a mistake. Someone's going to rat someone else out. The more people in the loop, the harder it is to keep something a secret, Shinya. If it was dozens of people, you would have found someone by now. Let's be real.
Am I correct?
And there's the real kicker. He's absolutely spot on. I didn't mind sharing this tidbit of information with him. It does nothing to assist with his investigation. And wrapping the lie that I was Noriko's lackey in a blanket of truth makes everything all the more convincing.
Yes, that's right.
Wait, it's not going to be fucking mind control, is it? The Herald isn't just mind controlling people to do their bidding for them.
Phew, okay. I think I understand everything. Thank you for your help.
You understand nothing! What are you talking about? You don't know any of these people! There's one thing I'm not entirely comfortable about. Shinya hasn't been forthcoming with his reasons for wanting Noriko dead. If I don't air the question, I feel like he will never address it.
Can you tell me why you want to kill Noriko?
He tries to back away from the question by twiddling his thumbs and pretending to examine the nearby wall.
Shinya, I need to know. Otherwise, how can I trust you?
Trust. It's a word that has always made me laugh. How can I trust anybody? I couldn't even trust my own parents, the people who swore to raise and protect me. My mother hit me when I misbehaved, when I overslept by 5 minutes or raised my voice ever so slightly. I was a child. How could I ever trust her not to lash out at me? My father. How? How could I ever trust him after he killed me? And Noriko. Noriko, the one friend I opened up to. The one person who knew all about my struggles. She betrayed me. She kept a perfect life out of reach, taunted me with it, dangled it in front of me like a carrot on a string. And when I asked to share her life with her, she completely misinterpreted it. She told me she loved me. Told me she wanted to be with me. I mean, honestly, Aoi, if I went to someone and said, oh, I want to share my life with you, I would probably, like, interpret it in the sense of, you know, of love. I don't think that is something you would normally say to, you know, a friend or a colleague. She wanted to shower me with gifts, hold my hand, be intimate with me. She wanted to be my girlfriend, but how could I ever be intimate with her after what I went through? She didn't understand me. She didn't understand that I wanted to be her, not be with her. She wouldn't trade lives with me, so how could I ever trust her? Alright. Who's more delusional, Aoi or Noriko? Vote here! Vote in the comments below! How could I trust her when she said she loved me, but wasn't willing to make a sacrifice to make me happy? Everyone is full of shit, and I'll never trust anybody again. Junpei spends every day trying to prove his love to me. He assists me with my compulsive behaviour. He helps me do my shopping, helps me keep my apartment neat and tidy. Do I trust him? No. I know what he wants from me. He's no better than Noriko. He's willing to jump through hoops for me in the hope that he'll eventually conquer my flesh. Even when he tries to help me out with my compulsions, I don't have full faith in him. He takes it upon himself to complete my checklist of rituals in order to spare me the stress. But, more often than not, I still have to go ahead and double check everything, just to make sure he didn't fuck anything up. If I can't even trust him with that, then I know I'll never be able to trust another soul with anything. Looking at Shinya now, pacing nervously around my apartment, I decide to not put any stock into what he says next. There's no way in hell I'll believe whatever comes out of his mouth.
Noriko is my friend, but...
Who, by the way, saved you from sexual assault?
My father, Chief Detective Fujikawa, in case you didn't know, has declared her the prime suspect of our investigation. Thing is, Father isn't the most lenient person, and he's been cracking under stress lately. If he finds Noriko, if he arrests her, there will be no trial. She'll simply get life behind bars. Guaranteed.
Shinya hangs his head and I hear a quiet sob.
Is that our country's idea of justice? She doesn't deserve anything less than death for her crimes.
Oh. Shinya, this makes absolutely zero sense. You've dropped to the bottom of the power rankings. Congratulations, Shinya. It took you the shortest amount of time to fall the furthest. You talk as if like, oh, she'll get no trial, she'll face life behind bars. But instead, you want to give her no trial and murder her.
Letting her live safely behind bars isn't a punishment. It's an act of mercy. I want to ensure Noriko receives true justice, fitting judgment for the lives she destroyed.
What he's saying just doesn't add up. How does he know she won't receive the death penalty? Is there a death penalty in Japan? I didn't realise. It's true that it's not common punishment, but it is still legal in this country, especially so for cases of mass murder. Does Shinya have information I don't?
I need to find her. I need to hand her the justice that my father is too cowardly to deliver.
Whatever. I'm already sick of this guy. You know what, I agree. He acts like he's being personally wronged by Noriko's crimes. Like he's so high and mighty and knows what's best. Not only is he not being personally wronged, by the way, Aoi, he's being personally helped by the crimes, arguably. I doubt he knew a single person Noriko killed. Well...
Fine. To be honest, I don't really care about your reasons. As long as you want Noriko dead, then our goals are the same. But I have to ask, will you turn yourself into the police after you kill her?
Once again, Shinya hangs his head.
I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't.
He leaves his sentence hanging in midair. It wasn't exactly a confirmation.
There's only one problem. I have no idea where Noriko's hiding. She doesn't live in her apartment anymore. She doesn't show up to her office. I know that she has a factory that she runs her operation from, but I can't find it.
I see. I might be able to help. Tomoe and Noriko used to spend a lot of time together. Not sure what they used to get up to, but I checked the travel history on Tomoe's IC card, and she made a lot of trips to Shinokubo.
Her IC card? For people travelling by train every day, buying single-use tickets is often a pain in the ass. Reusable IC cards are much more convenient. You can top them up with money and simply swipe them at the ticket gates to have your train fare automatically deducted. Best of all, they keep a record of your transaction history and the stations you've travelled to recently. The fact that Shinya even thought to look up Tomoe's travel history makes me want to reconsider my initial assessment of this guy's detective skills.
Shinokubo, you say?
Yeah, can't imagine what she was doing there, but all the dates she traveled to that station coincide with days she claimed to be hanging out with Noriko.
I still don't think Shinya realises that Tomoe was in on Noriko's operation. Regardless, this is valuable information. Chances are good that Noriko and Tomoe spent a lot of time together at their factory, and that factory may very well be located in Shin Okubo. I'll feed this information to Junpei and see what he makes of it. Perhaps he knows something that I don't.
Thanks for the info. That's enough for today. I'll contact you when I locate Noriko.
Oh, say, just one more thing.
What is it?
If you've been wanting to kill her, then why haven't you just called her and asked her to meet up with you?
He thinks he's so clever. He thinks he has everything all worked out. He doesn't know shit.
It's not that easy. I need to find where she's living and running her operation from. I want to destroy everything involved with Corpse Girl. I want to burn her factory to the ground.
More lies. Lies on top of lies. The truth of the matter is that Noriko knows perfectly well my intentions for her, even if she temporarily forgets it during moments of delirium. She would never agree to meet up with me. Not now. Things were different not so long ago, but I missed that opportunity. Noriko worked out my position in the human removal service. She figured out that I'm the Herald, the one responsible for the slicing and dicing. I knew it. I knew when she got stabbed it was her. She doesn't know that there's more than one Herald, but that's irrelevant. Ah, so that was true. And she doesn't know that I'm responsible for the mass of bodies littered across Tokyo, thanks to Corpse Girl's website. However, as long as she knows I'm a threat, she'll never agree to meet with me. How she came to the conclusion that I'm the enemy is beyond me. She's a sharp person, despite teaching on the edge of total breakdown. It doesn't matter. The point is, I simply can't call and meet up with her. Besides, I actually do want to locate the factory just as much as I want to locate her. The factory is where I'll plant myself. It's where I'll start my new life. It's where I'll grow and blossom into the new Corpse Girl once I've taken over Noriko's identity. Shinya is contemplating my answer. It seems good enough for him.
Fair enough. You want to see Corpse Girl completely and utterly defeated. I get that.
Your sense of justice is so twisted, Shinya.
That's your idea of justice.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Agreeing with him will make this ordeal of a conversation end quicker.
I'm going to get some rest. So...
Okay. I understand. I'll take my leave. Call me when you locate Noriko, okay?
yes.
Lie.
Farewell then.
He makes his way to the door, and I don't take my eyes off him until it disappears through the portal. When he's gone, I tiptoe toward the door and confirm it's fully closed. I make sure the door is snugly nestled in the wooden frame. I lock the door handle, then slide the deadbolt into place.
The door is locked.
What is it?
The door is locked.
I can't be certain. To my eyes that fail me on a daily basis, that betray my mind with illusions and phantoms, the door seems to be locked. But why should I trust my eyes? I don't trust anyone. Why should I trust parts of myself? I can't even see the colours clearly. Red, green, whatever. I can't see anything without the aid of glasses. The door has to be locked. It has to be. Otherwise, I won't be able to walk away. I won't be able to stop thinking about it until I come back and check again, and again, and again, and again.
The door is locked.
I turn away, take a deep breath, and then immediately turn back.
The door is locked. The door is locked.
I'm pretty sure the deadbolt is in place. It certainly looks in place. I'm so exhausted. I'm tired of the routines and the rituals. Why can't I just walk away? If I walked away, the problem wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be stuck standing here checking and double checking something so trivial. If I could walk away, I wouldn't be so full of stress, so worked up about things that ultimately don't matter. Another deep breath, and I take a step back.
Door's locked.
I turn, run, dash. I sprint through the room, sprint through the hallway. I slam my body into my bedroom door, throwing it wide open. I collapse on my bed. I ignore the nagging in my brain telling me that the door is unlocked. I ignore it until it feels too real, and I have to scratch my flesh just to distract myself. I pull my pillow over my head and hold it tightly around my face. I'm safe here. Safe in my bed. The door is locked. Locked. I try to convince myself to fall asleep. Tell myself I'll feel better after I rest. I hope I lock the front door. September 23rd, Wednesday morning.
So yeah, I reckon I'll have some work for you soon. The other heralds have been keeping the numbers up. There just haven't been any requests for this area lately, you know?
Yeah.
I'm only half listening to Junpei. He said something about why I haven't been tasked with killing anyone lately, but I don't really care about the reasons. Junpei's the only one in contact with the leader of the Human Removal Service. I just take the orders, like all of the other heralds. It'd be really funny if the head of the Human Removal Service was Noriko as well. Not that I've met any of them. Every herald that has their own district, their own turf. If a request comes through our website, it gets allocated to the herald closest to the victim. It must have been a week since I last got to kill. Maybe 2 weeks. It's not that I like killing. It's not that I want to do it. I fulfill the request simply as a way to antagonize Noriko. It's my role to play in backing her into a corner and shutting down Corpse Girl. And so far, thanks to my contributions to the Human Removal Service, we have been incredibly successful. Corpse Girl is all but a distant memory to the general public. If people really want to request somebody's death, they come to us, not to her. I don't plan on remaining with this group for much longer. After all, Noriko is pretty much already broken. She's a wreck. Once I find her, I'll possess her and quit this group. I don't think they're going to let you go that easily, not going to lie. Then I'll finally have the life I always wanted. Noriko's life. I'll resurrect Corpse Girl when I feel like it. I'll use my inside knowledge on the Human Removal Service's operations to bring them down myself. After that, I'll be able to spend my days in peace, living free of fear, finally comfortable in being the girl I want to be. I'll truly be Noriko.
Yo, babe, you in there?
I suppose I drifted too far away. I rub my eyes, look at Junpei, and flash him a sweetest fake smile.
I'm okay. Sorry, honey bear. I'm very tired.
Oh, don't sweat it. You want me to grab you a cup of coffee?
That would be lovely. You always know how to make me feel better.
Of course. I'm on it, babe. You wait right there.
Junpei stomps away and heads behind the bar, leaving me alone in this empty section of the cafe. I take a seat on one of the cardboard boxes lining the wall. The box is solid thanks to being packed full of various canned drinks. The maid cafe belongs to us in the early hours of the morning. The place isn't open until noon, so there's no one here this early. I have my own keys these days, regardless of whether or not I'm supposed to. Junpei suggested that we use this place as a makeshift base of operations after I decided I was going to contribute working here. That was some time ago. Originally, I truly had planned to quit. I was going to work with Noriko. My manager at the time used to drive me insane. I couldn't wait to get away. But after I killed him, things here weren't so bad. The new manager is great. He doesn't pressure me to work shifts I don't want to. He doesn't let customers take advantage of the staff. Neither the new manager nor the other staff members care that Junpei and I meet up down here. It's not like we leave any incriminating evidence behind either. It's simply an easy place for us to meet up and talk, since Junpei lives so far away from me. The added benefit is that we have access to cheap drinks and food thanks to my employee discount, so hanging out here is actually quite pleasant. I wait for a while longer for Junpei to return. I really could use a coffee right now. His return is heralded by the thump of heavy feet against the tiled floor.
I got you, fam.
Junpei sidles up to me and hands me my favourite drink. A tall iced coffee with an extra espresso shot. Espresso, not espresso. An espresso shot and a dollop of ice cream.
Oh, you're the best, baby.
Ice cream on an iced coffee?
Yeah, I know it.
I'm not a big coffee drinker, but not sure about that. He giggles in his insanely irritating high-pitched way and begins to chug down his own latte.
So I wanted to ask you a favor.
Anything for you, honeybee.
A tuft of milky foam sits on top of his lip, and I have to hold myself back from stabbing him in the face.
Noriko apparently spent a lot of time in Shin Okubo with her accomplice Tomoe.
Shin Okubo, huh? Good old K-Town. What'd they go there for? Karaoke?
Not the brightest bulb in the box, are you?
Doubt it. Noriko sounds like a drowning cat when she sings.
Then what?
Well, I'd like to think that's where the factory is located.
Oh, gotcha. Ooh, you could be onto something. Trip from Kojiro's mark to Shin Okubo wouldn't take that long. Since they used to move a lot of bodies around, it's definitely a viable location.
I agree.
Right on, I'll look into it. I'll track down factories in that area and get my troops to investigate each one.
I'm careful not to let him see me roll my eyes. By the way, his troops? How big is this smashing operation? Like, it feels like half of Tokyo is involved in it. By his troops, he means the guys he plays online games with. Okay. A bunch of teenagers that all look up to him because he's a top-ranked player. They're not involved with the human removal service. They're just pawns that Junpei uses to complete legwork around town. There is 0 teenagers in the world that would help a random guy online, even if, he's an online friend, and go around warehouses looking for a person and not, ask a few questions. I think, well, okay, let's not say 0%. There are some, crazy people out there, but it has to be a fraction of a percent. Sadly, they're happy to serve him because they all see him as their sensei.
Cool. Let me know what you find out. I'm itching to get this all over with. My love.
It's increasingly difficult to act pleasant around Junpei. My mouth tries to clamp itself shut every time I use a pet name or an affectionate term. I know that my time to discard him is near. Once I become Noriko, then.
You can count on me, sweetums. Now drink up and get your energy back.
I take a sip of my iced coffee and can nearly taste it. Because my tongue is dead, the food and drinks I consume need to be extra strong or sweet for me to have a chance of enjoying the flavour. But Junpei doesn't know this. He just thinks I have a sweet tooth. He can think whatever he wants, because I just don't care. September 24th, Thursday morning. Alright, I think we'll call this episode here. If you've enjoyed it, why not leave a like, comment, subscribe? Everything helps me out. And I'll see you in the next part where I think things are going to start moving forward quickly again between Aoi, Junpei, Tomoe, Shinya, and of course Noriko. Goodbye.